Love is what we are made. Love is what we belong to. Love is our deepest prayer. Love is what we are made. Love is what we belong to. Love is our deepest prayer. Love. 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 Love is what we are made of. Love is what we belong to. Love is our deepest prayer. Love. Love is what we are made of. Love is what we belong to. Love is our deepest prayer. Love. Love is what we are made of. Love is what we belong to. Love is our deepest prayer. Love.
Welcome to the Napa Valley Center for Spiritual Living. We are a vibrant, inclusive, and spiritual community that seeks to live intentionally, love unconditionally, and see God in all people and in all faiths. We believe the work we do in prayer and in the community creates a world that works for all cultures, races, orientations, and faiths. For over 60 years, we have practiced thinking globally and acting locally to help awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. Annually, hundreds of people actively participate in our services, classes, events, and in our Spanish-speaking ministry. And we are training the next generation of spiritual leadership in our ministerial school. In the last few years, because of apparent divisions politically and socially, and because of threats to basic human rights, we have magnified our application of Science of Mind principles with engagement and compassion in action in the greater Napa Valley community. Our members have participated in women's marches, pride events, and we have hosted speakers on racial issues. We have empowered and mentored diverse leaders in our community and given scholarships to diverse ministerial students. We have donated over 4,000 pounds of food to our local food bank. Our spiritual director, Reverend Jay Lang, has facilitated an interfaith leadership group to hold public prayer vigils and 9/11 commemorations in participation with Jews, Muslims, and Christians. We have fostered the creation of a beloved community in the larger Napa Valley area by honoring community heroes at events and tithing to and partnering with a dozen different nonprofits that share our vision. Together, we've created a Martin Luther King Day of Service where over 1,200 participated in community service annually. The leadership of our parent organization, the Centers for Spiritual Living, headquartered in Golden, Colorado, recognized our community for all of the outstanding, compassionate work we've been doing over the last few years with the 2022 Meritorious Community Award. As we move forward to do this work of the heart, to awaken the world to its spiritual magnificence, will you join us as we continue to ascend to new heights and create a world that works for everyone?
Valley. So good to have you here today. So blessed what the day is. A little cloudy, a little rainy, and we always appreciate that, and lots of joy in this community. I'm Reverend Jay Lang, and so happy to be here, and so happy to be connected with this community. So welcome, welcome, welcome. If this happens to be your first time, enjoy the service today, and know that we're here for you in whatever way. And we like to begin with our music. Narayan and Janet are here. Let's welcome them.
You know, I poured a cup of coffee back there, and the coffee, I had one sip, and that's not right.
Good morning. We have a full day of gratitude songs. So let's get started. This is called I Just Want to Thank You. You can stand up if you like. I don't know what you like to do, but stand up, move your body around, get in our bodies.
It is so nice to see all of you. It really is. I just want to thank you for all you bring to me. I just want to thank you. Your love has set me free. I just want to thank you for all you bring to me. I just want to thank you. Your love set me free. I just want to thank you for all you bring to me. I just want to thank you. Your love set me free. Set me free. I just want to thank you for all you bring to me. I just want to thank you for all you bring to me. I just want to thank you. Your love set me free.
I just love that song because it's you know, the universal your love has set me free, but also this community, your music has set me free because it's a reminder of who I am. And I hope that is the same for you. If you would just turn to your neighbors and just say, "You set me free," that would be great. And speaking of setting us free, I know our vision and mission guides us towards freedom, liberty, and greater recognition of the divine in our lives. So we look up at the screen and we read along. We say, we are an inclusive community for spiritual growth and compassionate action. And our mission statement, we are co-creating a world that works for everyone by living intentionally, loving unconditionally, and seeing God in all people and all faiths. A glorious affirmation for us today, just to know this truth for ourselves and for the center and for all people. Thank you for being a part of this intentional living that we're doing here. We've had a busy October. November is settling in a little bit, but there are a few things coming up I want to let you know about. The biggest thing is that this November is the National Native American Heritage Month. And it's really important to this is one of those memories, especially here in November, of the American Thanksgiving. We had Europeans visiting us, and I remember that both Halloween and Thanksgiving don't mean much to them. But it does mean a lot to us, and I think it's a time to remember that who the first people were and the sacredness they held the land in. And one of the greatest honor we can do is to Native Americans is continue to hold the sacredness of this land and the sacredness of all life, to honor their philosophy and their tradition. And it is our tradition too that we have embraced. So we appreciate the heritage of Native Americans in November and really all times, but we continue to do that this month in particular in a focused way. And then this coming Saturday, I'm out of order here. I want to go to this. This next Saturday is our appreciation dinner, which is the second part of our gratitude season. We had a donor appreciation for all community members and your engagement, but this particular day is for volunteers and anything you've done, any part of effort you've made towards keeping services going or the garden or any kind of thing is appreciated and in the last few years, I know things change sometimes, but we'd love you to be here. And what's changed is we're not only providing dinner for you, a catered dinner, but we're also giving you a concert, which is going to be an amazing concert. But before I get to the clip of the concert, I just want to say we do need your reservation because we need to know the count for dinner. It's critical because we want to make sure there's enough food for everybody. So make sure if you haven't done so already, there's a link online. There'll be a sign-up sheet out on the welcome table today. Please sign up for it if you're planning to attend on Saturday because we need the numbers. And everyone really is invited. Everyone is. Just being part of this community right here is engaging in it. So please be a part. And as I promised,
God, let me know your name. Hold me in the same breath as your word. God, I feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me with your grace.
You can just, you can listen to that all service, couldn't you? Well, come on Saturday and you'll get that chance. Well, we'll talk a little and just, eat and let them sing because they're writing a lot of new music and their harmonization is just beautiful. So please join us for the event on Saturday night. It starts at 5:30. We'll get to eating and then we'll open it up for them for their music. So, and a little time for gratitude. We will spend some time doing that. So, and then I also want to say we're still accepting, even though officially October was our pledge, our card of intent month, we're still accepting them because we know some people aren't able to forecast their giving until sometimes even in December when you do end of the year kind of giving. So we appreciate continued that. I'm going to give you an update on the Board of Trustees intention. We're up to $64,000 here, which is great. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. You can see the tree is not filled in. So at this level where we won't be able to fund everything on our budget. So we want to continue. If you've not filled out your card of intent, we really appreciate it. And we know the giving is great here every week. And that's the main thing that we need. So we appreciate the giving that you're doing on a weekly basis and monthly basis. And if you're able to do that, this helps us plan our budget better, and we appreciate that. We know that intentional giving is a spiritual practice, and anytime you're giving continues that law of circulation of giving and receiving. So we appreciate that in all ways. So thank you very much. And then a couple things, if we jump through into November, we got Thanksgiving, so we're not a lot going on here. But on December 2nd, we got something new. This is pretty exciting. A new event for our center. It may end up being a 2 times a year we have that, but it's a wellness, health and wellness, kind of like a farmer's market. It's going to be right out in the courtyard. We're going to have tents and booths, and people who are have a healing practice or a wellness practice here in Napa Valley. Has to be in Napa Valley, and can be massage or wellness products or growth workshops or practices you might do, but it has to do with health and wellness, more of a holistic health fair if you think about it. We're opening it up. It's only if you're interested in being a vendor, it's only $10 per space. Think of the farmers market. You get your little 10 by 10 spot. Bring your own tent. We have a few extras if needed. And then also we're going to have presentations here in the sanctuary. So we're taking applications to present like a half an hour on something that you do that would promote your practice, not just for growth, but to promote your practice. That's the idea. We're wanting to promote the healing practices and practitioners here in the Valley, and want to be able to do that. And so there will be a form coming up. Look for details. I just want you to save the date. December 2nd. It'll be in the afternoon, 12 to 3, because we thought the regular farmers market is just down the street. So we're having it right after that. So more information to come. And then on December 10th, so on Sunday, this is also a fun thing. Patricia Behe will be here as our musician. And I don't know if you attended the songwriters circle that they had, that she and Astra and Austin had. It was absolutely amazing. And we're going to do that at 2 p.m. So in the afternoon, I think it's going to be more for $20 pre-sale, $25 at the door. We'll get those that evite out pretty soon also, but save the date on that. And there's also something fun about that day. Who we know is Kristen Moore, who now goes by Chris Alexander. She'll be here that Sunday, and she'll be our guest speaker, if you remember her when she was serving as a practitioner and a ministerial intern here. So that'll be fun to have her back on December 10th to speak. So so some fun things in December. And then we've got Los Posadas coming up on December 16th. We have a winter solstice celebration on the 21st. Candlelight service on the 22nd. So you can see maybe November slows down a little bit, but December kicks back up. So you'll hear more about all of this in time. Please know that we are here for you in prayer. I'm jumping ahead there. And our prayers are our honor to pray for you. So please, if you have a need or you just want to expand something in your life, come sit with a practitioner after the service. Fill out a prayer request in the lobby, fill one out online where we want, and have a privilege and honor to pray for you. And now we'll begin the sacred part of our service with music.
Peace
Salam shalom. Peace, 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 salam shalom. In Israel, peace, salam shalom. In Ukraine, peace, salam shalom. In Gaza, peace, salam shalom. Peace, salam shalom. In USA, peace, salam shalom. Peace, salam shalom. In our hearts, salam shalom. Inside, peace, peace, salam shalom. Peace, salam shalom. In Africa, peace, salam shalom. In the universe, peace, salam shalom. Peace, salam shalom. Deep in our heart, peace, salam shalom. Peace, salam shalom. Peace, salam shalom.
Allowing ourselves to be within our heart, allowing the words of the song Peace resonate within us, and the sound of the bowl at the heart chakra to feel this peace within us. To know this peace within us and know it for all areas of the world, all peoples of this world. We know the divine is within all life, every molecule, every cell, every expression of life. There's divine in it and through it. And we affirm it to be in us, and we affirm it to be in all people right now. they remember that they are the child of the highest, human and divine. And it is in this beautiful expression we affirm today to be so for us and for all people, knowing that we are all connected, we are all one. And there is peace within all things, all countries, all people. And we continue to hold this in our heart. And no matter the appearances, we know the truth of who they are and what life is, divine in all. We affirm that for people in this center today, those people watching online, that wherever they are, the divine is. And whatever challenges they may be facing, the divine is present with them, holding them dearly and reminding them of their truth, their well-beingness, their forgiveness. We know this to be the truth in this moment and all moments. We let it go into the law, knowing it is so. And together we say, and so it is. I'd like to invite Sean Boyd up to the stage. So some of you saw Sean when he returned a few weeks ago or a week and a half ago to our center. Took him a few days to get back into the swing of things, I believe. Jet lag and just getting your feet on the ground. I mean, that was a big trip you took to Uganda. And I think it's important to let you share a little bit about your trip, about the important things about it.
Can you hear me?
I don't think so. It's the white mic.
Hello?
Try again.
Testing?
Yep, it's gone.
Hello?
So what was your greatest joy while you were on the trip?
My greatest joy was to visit our nursery school and also primary school. They go to primary 3, which is our 3rd grade. And this is me being overwhelmed by children. They danced for me. They had a dance and a song for me too after this. And I just tried to dance with them as much as I could. And so this is their playground in the back, and there's some curious children looking at me, asking me to take their picture. And found out that to sponsor one of these children for a year, it's only $133. So that's for the preschool and the P to P3. So if you wanted an opportunity to do that, let me know. But we started this project some years ago. It was a small little building, but it's blown up to so many neighborhood children, about 60 children. And as I was thinking about what to say today, I was thinking about the phrase from the Talmud, he or she that saves one life saves the world entire. These kids are being saved from poverty, being given education and tools to survive and to grow and to learn more. So I'm just happy that we were able to do that. Is there any more?
Yeah, so there's one more slide here.
These are my grandchildren. You see how they hold hands, which is kind of unusual for us, I guess. It reminds me of Mbuto, which means because I am, you are, because you are, I am. And there's a story that explains it. The sociologist was visiting a village in Africa, and he thought he'd have a little fun on the last day. So he put a basket of candy at the tree and said to the children, the first person that gets to the basket can have all the candy. Well, they all ran together. They didn't try to race each other. And the sociologist was curious, why do you do that? And they said, one of the children said, if they're unhappy, I can't be happy. So that's the whole essence of what we're doing as far as the preschool and also the secondary school, which unfortunately I don't think we have any pictures of. About 3 hours drive near the Tanzania border. But about 130 children for secondary school in a newly built school. And for one of those children, it's $200 a year for their sponsorship. I'm sorry, $400 a year. Sorry, $200 per term. So if you want a chance to do that, that's wonderful too.
Yeah.
Thank you all for helping me out. You made this possible, and I really am grateful.
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing that and having your heart so open with that. So
There's
go ahead.
There's more photos once I find. My phone was stolen, so I lost a lot of my photos. I'm trying to recuperate them. So once they are, I'll give them to Reverend Jay, and they can be put on the website maybe.
We'll make sure and share those at that time. So, well, thank you for just opening up your heart and being willing to journey out into a mission. I really believe that's your mission, and it has been for some time. So we're glad to be able to support it. Yeah, let's give him
Thank you.
give him a round of applause. And now some more music.
Every single song we're doing today is called Thank You. We have lots of thank you songs. We want to do an album, but when we heard what your talk was, better, great. Yeah, so here's some more thank yous, and please sing along. Narayan will be putting down the horn for a moment to pick up the ukulele.
Oh, is that gonna happen?
Because
You know,
he's very.
I don't think Janet's seen the actual title of your talk yet. Yeah.
Isn't that it? Good. No. Oh, what is it?
Oh, here it is.
Oh, from good.
Thank you, Jay, for not sending that to us before we chose our music.
I'm looking forward to your talk. Yeah. So this song was written when we were working the church over there, and after rehearsal one time it came up, and then all these folks were singing with us. How about a hand for our folks from Vacaville?
Great to see you guys.
This is now my favorite room.
Yeah.
I just want to thank you for what you bring to me. I just want to thank you for set me free.
Every day I get a feeling in my heart. It feels real. I feel the same way too. 'Cause we want to.
I just want to thank you for what you bring to me. I just want to thank you. Your love has set me free.
Every day my gratitude expands. I'm feeling big instead of small. You know, the whole universe is inside my heart. Just listen, 'cause I wanna thank you.
You for what you bring to me. Yeah, I just wanna thank you. That set me free.
I open up my
So all you are, all you have, all you your grace.
That's beautiful music this morning. Thank you so much. So grateful to have everybody here today. I love this theme this month because I'm having technical problems here. It'll be because the idea of good to great actually comes from a man named Jim Collins who researched different corporations, that the reasons why they went from good to great, and that they were able to sustain and endure and create an even better company than they had. And what I'd like to let you know is Centers for Spiritual Living and many other people have also done research on how to have an amazing life, a wonderful life, a grateful life, and how it makes a difference. Our simple practices that we do and how they make a difference in our life in so many ways. And that we know that Jim Collins compares businesses, and it's if you don't know much about engines, it's not going to be a great metaphor, but there's a flywheel in all our cars that once it's difficult to keep it going, but once it's going, it keeps your engine going at a steady pace. Well, I'd like to compare it to bicycles, because if you're going uphill or even just to get a bicycle started, unless you have an e-bike, and that's another matter, but let's say traditional bike, it's hard to get going. But once you're going, you can pedal fairly easily or even quit pedaling and you're coasting and it's easy. So it's like life in a lot of ways, that sometimes we have to have a discipline and effort to create or remember or to have a philosophy of an attitude of gratitude, and to remember to be grateful to it. And it requires certain things to do that. And the other side of that, it's also easy to have an ungrateful day, a bad day, a horrible, no good, very bad day, because it also is the same momentum that you have in having a good day. You can start a momentum of negativity, and you notice things that you're ungrateful for or aren't meeting your standard. So today, the whole idea of this is a tongue-in-cheek message about how to have a horrible, no good, very bad day. And it's actually based on a book by Judith Forrest. If you have had children or grandchildren or nieces and nephews you read books to, you're probably familiar with Alexander and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. And the story goes that he wakes up and he's got gum in his hair, and which he left in his bed. He tripped on a skateboard, which he left beside his bed. He accidentally dropped his favorite sweater in water. He dropped it in the water. And his brothers find prizes in the cereal box, and he didn't find any. So he decides he's going to move to Australia. It's a very cute book with great illustrations, and it ends, the final part is at the end of the day, many more things happen to him that make it a horrible, no good, very bad day. But at the end, he talks to his mom and complains about it. She goes, well, and he says he's going to move to Australia. And she goes, even in Australia, people have bad days. And it's true. Some days are not great days, no matter where we are. And the past few weeks, Michelle and I spent with our grandchildren, 4 of our grandchildren, and they've gone trick or treating. We went to the jelly bean factory, the Jelly Belly factory, and it's hard to have a bad day when you're there doing these things. But at different times, these kids had upsets because of an injury or unmet expectation. And what I noticed about them is if they had the chance to be heard and listened to by someone important to them, and they were acknowledged, they got over it. Now, there were times that they needed a little more time to internally process what happened, to feel what happened. But overall, they got back to a happy normal. And what's also good is they were never in that state at the same time. But what I know is that sometimes it was their mother, Jackie, sometimes it's Michelle, Gigi as she's called by them, or me, Grandpa Jay, who were that nurturing person. And I just thought about if you are a parent, a grandparent, a great-grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, a significant friend to young ones, and young ones I mean to probably age 25 or maybe older, and you're in that listening role, thank you. Even when they appear like they don't want your attention or affection, stay engaged in their lives. You're important to them, and thank you for doing that, because it does make a difference. The kids I know that have struggled in their lives when they've been loved early on come back to love, because it's a foundation. It's in their cellular memory, and they come back to it. Even in their struggles, sometimes they do that. So thank you for being a part of that. However, us as adults, sometimes we are so smart, so analytical, so creative that when something undesirable happens, there's part of us that believes that that pattern might continue for that day. And as I mentioned, it's a tongue-in-cheek thing, but what happens is when we are in a state of complaining or blaming, that we don't have to take responsibility for anything. We are safe and protected. No one expects anything out of us. We don't have to be responsible for anything. I can't say it's a very happy way to life, but it is a way of life. So I just and I promise I'll get to the other side of the coin today, but I'm going to begin on this side of the coin and just say, how to have a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. The first thing you want to do is to make your unhappy past your present and your future. So whatever happens, assume it's going to continue happening. You invite the cows into the pasture to stay, and the cows I'm talking about, see how the cows are staying in a little rut, they're just following each other. Well, the cows is also an acronym for the could haves in your life, the ought have, the would haves, and the should haves. And when you're focused on these, when this is your intention, you've always got something or someone else to blame. There's this pattern of inertia, like a bicycle that continues this negativity. And I will say, not only in the United States, but around the world, there are people that hold resentments towards groups of people, towards individuals, that it's in their cultural DNA. And this is the thing that continues these conflicts in Russia and Ukraine and Israel and Gaza and all over the Middle East, because it's so ingrained in them. And it's easier in some ways to stay in the focus because they don't have to confront their own shadow, their own sides of things. And yet it's incredibly harmful to the world. And so we want to know in consciousness that it can change. But if people want to have a horrible, no good, very bad day, you just stay in. You just keep the cows in your mind, in your pasture, and don't let them out. Keep them grazing right where they are. There's plenty of food in your own brain and your own life that you're processing of the couldas and the oughtas and the wouldas and the shouldas. So the second thing is avoid discomfort. Your small self, your ego should probably be an e-stop instead of an ego, because it just wants to stay. Avoiding discomfort is that it continues to be more uncomfortable if you don't deal with it. It continues to reveal itself. And also, if you assume if you do the same thing over and over again, that's a definition of insanity, that something will change. But the other is also true. If you do the same thing over and over again, expecting it to stay the same, it's crazy too, because life changes. And if you're not consciously, mindfully doing it, it will de-evolve. It will change in a way that you are not that you can't influence with your thoughts and your feelings and your intention. And then, well, heck, you've got more to blame then, right? Then you're a victim even more so. But the universe continues to reveal things in us, so we have to push the beach ball further down, but it continues to want to bounce back up and reveal itself. So it's important that you don't pay attention to anything. Just keep your head in the sand, just keep unaware. And also important to do daily denials, also called de-affirmation. So, with things like, this is the way it has always been, I'm unlucky, it's not in the cards, I was born in the wrong era, it's my lot in life. Whatever you do, don't look at affirmations by Louise Hay or Gabrielle Bernstein. Those will actually change your life. If you want to keep things as bad and horrible, don't pay attention to those. I recommend Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. He's got some great statements of denial and de-affirmations. Here are some of them. Good morning, if it is a good morning, which I doubt. I never get my hopes up, so I never get let down. It's the only cloud in the sky, and it's drizzling right on me. Somehow I'm not surprised. Ah, the sky has finally fallen. Always knew it would. Don't worry about me. Go and enjoy yourself. I'll stay here and be miserable. Could be worse. Not sure how, but it could be. So, you can put those on Post-it notes and put them around your house just to stay in this negative, horrible, no good, very bad day. Another thing is to be ungrateful as possible. The thing about spirit is it's always bringing up things to be grateful for. So just follow the other ones. Don't pay attention. Daily denials. Just call it out. Just make sure you turn the other way and don't pay any attention to it. And the other one is to trust everyone or no one at all. So trust people that don't deserve your trust and give your power away to them, or trust nobody at all. Keep people at a distance, because then you can't be hurt by anything that nobody's close to you. And then expect perfection, unrealistic deadlines for your own growth and the others. Make sure it's your will and not allowing anything else. Just do it your way, by your way. And finally, limit your perceptions to the 5 senses and your own logic. Nothing beyond that, just keeping it simple, because spirit might be revealing something that you don't even know, right? How many people want to follow that edict? No, I didn't think so. Obviously, this is sarcastic, because I believe it is easy to have a good day as it is a bad day. And when we open up to gratitude and love and joy and pay attention to how spirit is revealing itself in us, it can have huge effects on our body, our mind, our soul, our heart. It's interesting, Judith Forrest, the author who wrote Alexander and the Very Good, No Bad Day, actually has written several books, and she has a similar philosophy, even books she's written for adults. One is called Necessary Losses. And in it, she talks about our life is full of losses that we can't avoid. But instead of bemoaning them, feel them and allow them to be opportunities for transformation and renewal. And this is why I think she finished the part of Alexander's book with even on Australia, people have bad days. So it's okay to have a bad day. Do you know that there's even a national have a bad day? It's on November 19th. So it's in 2 weeks on a Sunday. So I think the people that created it were kind of cynical about it. But I read one blog that said it's great to have this kind of day because it gives ourselves permission just to be okay with what is on a particular day, that some days can be bad days, and that we can practice self-care and pay attention to our own feelings about what's going on, what is being revealed. So not to push it away like, the discomfort of a bad day. Let it be what it is. Think what you need to think, feel what you need to feel, and re-choose what you want to experience. Now, some days are going to be more difficult than others. I have a friend who just lost her cat this week, and it's devastating. It's hard. It is. You just don't get over that. Like, oh, I'm going to have a good day now. It doesn't happen that way. It's necessary to feel what we need to feel and choose that which we want to experience, but it might not happen in the moment. And we don't want to get over it. We want to feel it. We want to experience it. Some people say, well, it might be better never to have a pet or to love somebody if it's going to hurt that much. But I disagree, because that's the openness of our heart that opens, that we can be mindful about. We can keep it open. We can pay attention to our heart. We can live and love more intensely. I've heard it described as a bowl that's been carved out by a potter, who carves it out deeper and deeper to hold our sadness, but also our joy. And so it becomes a bigger container that is our heart to hold that which is at times painful, but also that which is joyful. And I think what is that turning point for it is love and gratitude. So how do we live a wonderful, beautiful, and grateful life? Well, first of all, your past never limits you in any way. Think of the children, my grandchildren. They weren't holding that as something that happened as any kind of precedent. And I think for ourselves too, that we can just recognize it as something that has happened, witness it, notice it, feel what we need to feel, think what we need to think, and then choose what we want to experience. Ernest Holmes, our founder of Centers for Spiritual Living, says, never let your view of life, never limit your view of life by any past experience. The possibility of life is inherent within the capacity to imagine what life is, backed by the power to produce this imagery or divine imagination. So instead of the cows of shame and blame come in, we can let them go be somewhere else. We can let them go pasture somewhere else, but our mind is clear and we can call out that. I know that which wants to shame and blame myself or others, and I'm letting that go. I'm choosing not to go there. I'm choosing something different to see a bigger picture of it, a more revealing place. And I have a new metaphor for our cow, because we are a cow that is both interdependent. I said, if Hindus are correct and we come back as cows, I want to always be a cow that lives in Petaluma, because what a better place, or maybe Point Reyes, But a new reframed acronym for cows is I can, I am open, I will with spirit. So I can, it's possible, there's hope. I am open to what that is, because I don't know right now. And a clarity, I will with spirit. Not I will by myself, but I will with spirit. When I allow spirit is that universal knowledge that reveals in me something greater through guidance, through revelation, through a friend who says something. I'm going, oh, that's right. I forgot that. The truth of that. So let's try this affirmation with So first of all, repeat after me. I can. I am open. I will with spirit. Once again, I can. I am open. I will with spirit. It is that simple. So let that cow reside in your mind. An independent one, not independent, but one that goes with us and through us. So we also welcome discomfort. We know that discomfort is a way of opening up to a greater truth within us, that there is something uncomfortable, some discontent in us, and to find the source of that. And either it's something that we can let go of, or something we understand, some insight, some forgiveness we need to have. Or sometimes something's uncomfortable to have a difficult conversation, and that's okay to be uncomfortable. It's okay for something to be ambiguous and you don't have a clear answer for something. But the only way you're going to do that is to go through your feelings, go through your heart, be open to spirit and that which is revealing in us, through us. To pay attention, be mindful to what is in us. To live intentionally. To know that the greater truth of who we are opens us up in all ways. Ernest Holmes also said, during the process of life, many things may happen that appear to be destructive. We may pass through good fortune or bad, but if we can come to the point where we are not disturbed by things, we have found the secret to life. It is simply a question of sticking to an idea until it becomes a tangible reality. The illusion is in the way we look at things. We've looked at poverty, degradation, and misery until they've assumed gigantic proportions. Now we must look at harmony, happiness, plenty, prosperity, peace, and right action until they appear. This is intentional living, knowing and focus on what we want to create, which may not be things in the past or things we hear on the news. We focus on what we want to create. And be grateful for all things. Now, this whole month is on gratitude, but so there's going to be a lot about that. But even Eeyore had something to say about gratitude and openness. He says, it never hurts to keep looking for sunshine, right? Never hurts to keep looking for the light, to looking for things to be grateful for. So we reflect and make these intentions for the experiences we're seeking, and we discover an infinite number of things to be grateful for. And what's amazing about gratitude, this is what has just blown me away. As I said, we've done our own research, both individually and collectively. I'll bring up some more of these studies in the weeks to come. But what's interesting about gratitude, not only do you feel better, but it opens you up to things that you didn't know were possible. And it's actually a creative force in our lives. It creates more things to be grateful for. I can't think of anything more powerful than that. Not only we become happier, but it helps us create that which we're seeking. So to be grateful for even undesirable situations is powerful. To look for the good, because every day may not be good, but there's something good in every day. There's something good in every day, even in one of your bad days. Be open to the possibility that there is something to be grateful for in this truth and always. And ask for support and care from the right people. I mentioned before, instead of trusting everybody, well, trust the right people and reach out. Don't hold in when you're not feeling well, when you're struggling. And also be willing to be that person that is present for somebody else, to be there. We also seek divine order and unfolding. Instead of perfection, we seek that which is greater truth and greater alignment, that which is unfolding in perfect ways, and be patient with the timing of this. And finally, we invite and open to intuition and guidance from universal intelligence. We don't rely just on our five senses. Our brain is a great thing. We don't want to give up our brain, our thinking. But we allow the heart to open up to a greater divine unfoldment, to find things that are revealing itself, symbols of healing and wholeness, ways, whether it's in meditation, whether it's in guidance of different kinds, or just allowing the truth to come through us. It comes through us in that. And then there's a ninth one I would add, because sometimes our intuition and guidance leads to inviting us to forgive and reconcile. And this is a great time of the year, November and December, to seek to be forgiving. You're not necessarily seeking forgiveness from someone else, but you're finding within yourself forgiveness for yourself, for others. And what's amazing is because we're dealing with forgiveness on a different realm beyond the five senses and our logic, when we do our forgiveness work, other relationships and things in our life shift. We don't have to do forgiveness directly. If you can, that's great to do forgiveness work with another person. But if you don't have to, because it shifts things, because you're doing the work in consciousness. And let me see, we're all connected, right? So that connects in that way, in that love that is you, and the truth of who you are. So we can have a wonderful, beautiful, life-affirming and grateful day when we choose to live intentionally, find gratitude in all things, and be willing to think what we need to think, feel what we need to feel, and choose intentionally what we want to experience. With that, let us go to prayer. Within us, we know the truth is within us at all times. The spirit that is revealing itself. And we just allow that, even when it's uncomfortable. And we know in this moment, in this connect, this unity, the spirit is revealing the truth of who it is in us in all ways. And we don't need to know logically what is, for we know it is spirit that reveals in us all that we need to know in this moment and all moments to come. And for this, we're grateful. And so it is. And now some more music.
So what's the name of this next song? Thank you. Thank somebody. Thank somebody. Okay.
Well, originally it was Thank You. We actually changed the name. It has another name.
What is it?
In a Happy Mood.
Oh, see, In a Happy Mood. Now
In a Happy
that
Mood.
reaches the half of the.
There we go.
You know, a lot of my friends call me Tigger because I'm kind of, I do that. Yeah, but I also have that Eeyore part. I'm sorry to say.
I'm just a little black rain cloud hovering under the honey tree. Oh, my favorite song.
In a happy mood, feeling gratitude. Thank you. Thank you.
Gratitude is my name. Feeling grateful is my game. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. When I lift my head up, stop my complaining. I see
Everything through gratitude colored glasses, and we're all in this sea of bliss. Thank you.
Thank you.
sweet mood, feeling gratitude. Thank you,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you. Gratitude is my name. Feeling grateful is my game. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
When I lift my head up, stop complaining. I feel everything through gratitude-colored glasses, and we're all in this sea of bliss. Thank you,
Thank you.
thank you,
Thank you.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you guys today. What lovely songs. What lovely songs. Can the ushers come forward, please? So this is our time in our service that we invite you to be part of the law of circulation. We appreciate all the ways that you give to us, either online, through financial checks or texting. Many ways to give, and we so appreciate that support. We are thriving, and we want to continue to do that. And also let us know if there's anything you want that we're not having at this. If we can offer to you, let us know what that is. But for now, let's put our hand over our heart to represent that which you are given of time, talent, and treasures, and repeat this affirmation on the screen. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And so it is. Oh, here. I just want to thank you for all the things you do me. Just want to thank you. Love has set me free. Beautiful. Thank you so much. This is a time when we want to acknowledge anybody who might be here for the first time today. We just want to welcome you and know that you are welcome anytime in our community. Is anybody raise your hand? We have a gift for you. Anybody here for the first time? I didn't see anybody out there, but you never know. So all of you are, no man ever crosses the same river twice. So all of you are new in some ways, right? But this is also the first of the month, so we like to acknowledge November birthdays. Anybody have a birthday in November? Raise your hand. Is that possible? November birthday? One? No? No November? What? Phil is not here. He was here earlier helping set up music. And one there. Okay, great. So we welcome we say happy birthday, our November birthdays, as well as anniversaries. Does anybody have an anniversary in November? Wow, what are people doing in November? Or maybe what it was, never mind, I won't say that. So we acknowledge you and acknowledge everybody here. We also acknowledge people who have recovery anniversaries. We know that work is anonymous and yet is an important part of spiritual growth and journey. So we acknowledge you as well. So we raise our hands with the affirmation towards those people with birthdays and all of you here, any anniversaries of any kind. We say, we bless you today, knowing that the peace and happiness you seek is also seeking you. We honor your inner radiance as you let your light shine in our world. We are grateful for our presence in our community, and so it is. We'd invite you to stay for prayer after the service. If practitioners could come up to the front and stand to the side here. If you so choose to pray with one of our practitioners, simply just stay in your seat. Everybody else, if you could pile out, I think it's still clear out there. No rain just yet. We're expecting it later. So good to have everybody here, but take your conversation and coffee and merchandise outside, and we have a chance to chat there. So I really look forward to that. So I don't think do we have children today? Yes. Are they out there? No. Okay. Well, we'll just if they come in, we'll welcome them. But in the meantime, if we could all stand for or tell you what, let's go ahead and bless them. Let's all stand, and we'll just turn towards wherever they are, as well as children in your life, grandchildren that aren't here. I'll have to face which way is east there. I'll face that way too. But say, we love you, we care about you, and we're here for you. And so it is. And remain standing for our congregational affirmation. Repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. I am led by Spirit. I'm guided by wisdom. I am protected by love. I am here to be a blessing. I am so grateful. And so it is. And now for our closing song. Yep. Maybe it's me, you. With you. Oh, hurt with me, you. Breathe it in. Who you. May joy God flew you. May joy renew you. Till we meet again. I'll be with you.